We are very excited to have, for the first time, a sort of a professional archaeological dig in the area. And we're also very happy to have the opportunity to catalog what the past history is all about from this area.
The project, Nexus 1492, is a 6-year project, multidisciplinary, looking at the impact of European invasion of the Caribbean and the impact on indigenous populations. So all the way from Venezuela through Cuba.
To excavate La Poterie, in fact, we learned from the experience already that we had on St. Vincent. This site is a bit more complicated than in St. Vincent, because we had there one and only occupation of the Kalinago. The site was dated 1514, 1620. Around that period. This might be approximately the same period, because we're finding Spanish materials as well. And as you know, the Spanish were of course venturing around the Caribbean Sea. We are finding is 3 occupation phases. The first is in the 9th to 10th century. The second one is in the 16th, early 17th century, and the third one is in the early 18th century. So the first 2 are Amerindian occupations. The last one is an enslaved African occupation. So we have been finding 2 slave huts.
We're trying to connect not just that period but other period, and showing the continuous nature of the occupation of Grenada, that we're just one of the many occupants of this island, that this landscape has been a living landscape over hundreds of years, and that is what we're trying to look at.
To have discovered a strong Amerindian past, that has actually heightened the historical interest in the area and brought a lot of pride, as you say, and dignity to the people in the community. And we are hoping to really use this not only for La Poterie, but as a model for the rest of Grenada, where the communities themselves will benefit from archaeological sites and archaeological discoveries.
So we have found a lot of pottery. We have found European materials, and that is really interesting, because that can date really precisely of what time we are speaking. So we are finding Spanish materials, olive jars, beads, but we're also finding early French ware, and that is probably more associated with the enslaved African occupation of the site.
When a site is discovered, it's mostly by local individuals. They would loot the material, culture, sell it to people who go abroad. In this case, we are trying to preserve as much as we possibly can.
The only thing I would say, you cannot sell your heritage, and be proud of your heritage, and the heritage belongs to Grenada, because this is a history which is unwritten. The Amerindian peoples did not leave us any written sources, so the only thing is what they left in the ground. And if people are going to sell it, they sell their history.